Y'all just run and hide from lightning.
We got thunder in our bones.
Y'all gon' need a hunting license.
How y'all shooting at these goats?
I get why they hate us.
Why?
We famous, rich, and dope. Came from nothing, now the two of us, the greatest ever known.
We came from the bottom with nothing but both of our middle fingers and a plan.
We did the impossible, homie, you can't, cause we're made of legends, you are a man.
Where's all the industry people who said we were trash? I'll choke them to death with my hands.
Screw the whole industry, I want revenge. Light them on fire, the labels are dead.
I never should've made it, I'm made for this stuff.
And everybody hating, no pray for your soul.
We are not afraid, we came for the smoke.
It don't matter what they say, you ain't safe in these
I'm
zones.
sorry that your mama raised a hater. Now every time we pull up, they like, oh.
What's going on, everybody? I thought I would do this live no matter what. I have an echo. Just a second here. But I see my echo. I see. I had an extra window open. So anyways, I had an echo. I had to get rid of it. And now I'm back. I thought I'd do this live tonight by myself because Andrew couldn't make it today. And it's not that big a deal. We could do this live, and we're going to be, let's see what's going on. Okay. So I'm doing a new program, guys. I'll let you guys know right away. I'm doing a new program. If you watched Owner Exotics this morning, you will know that the program I am using now is Streamlabs. Streamlabs have a few different ways that we can use their programming. I can use a web-based one. It's for podcasters. I can have guests and all that good stuff. Or I could use their actual desktop version for streaming video games or watching videos and all the other good stuff. So this is a lot more powerful than StreamYard, and it's a lot cheaper than StreamYard. StreamYard is very expensive now. So that's why we moved away from it. I want to actually see what is going on the chat because I don't know what it looks like for you guys. I do know that it's going to have a little bit of lag. I think it's like 3-second lag. But let's just go ahead and see what's going on over here. And yeah, okay, I see everything that, okay, there we go. So anyways, stream's going good. Now, I don't know how to do the tipping. I don't know how to do any of that at this time. I don't know how to do any of it. I kind of purchased this package like 3 weeks ago and I let it set. And then I went into this program here, the website, and what's up, Andrew? How you doing, man? And I was like, okay, it kind of looks familiar, but it's a lot different. I had to go into my desktop version of it and change things to make it work here, and I am learning it. As you see, I have the Fauna Radio splash up here, all that good stuff. I'm learning it. Give me time. I got sound effects that we can do now. I know I can share my screen still. I can do all that good stuff. I can do all of it. I'm learning it. I do know that it gives me alerts when someone subscribes to our channel. It gives me alerts when someone donates or tips. And it gives me a chat box, but I don't know how to make it all work. So it doesn't work yet. Sorry. Anyways, gonna get on to what we want to talk about. As people know, Darren and I talk. Robin and I have talked very little, but it was about something else we'll get into here in a little bit. And Debbie and I are friends, Reptiles to You. And Chad Brown and I are friends. I see him every Tinley. My brother sits up right next to him. And I've known Chad for years. I mean, long time. And there's a few things that I see in the reptile industry or in the reptile hobby that is mind-blowing to me, but they're not wrong. I'm not saying that they're wrong for doing it, but it's kind of hypocritical. The reason I say this is I'm seeing that now Morph Market's got a shipping program that ships through FedEx like everyone else does. It's FedEx, guys. Let's just get to the nitty-gritty. It is FedEx. You buy a label through Reptiles to You, ship your reptiles, Redline, Morph Market, or Reptile Express. You are shipping through FedEx. No matter what. All you're having is a buffer. It's a different buffer. So if you ship through Redline, you're going to deal with Robin and Robin's team. If you ship through Reptiles to You, you're going to deal with Debbie and Debbie's team. And usually it's Debbie. Debbie's amazing. I love Debbie. Reptile Express, I've never used Reptile Express. I don't know who owns them. I believe Debbie came from Reptile Express. And Redline, Robin came from Ship Your Reptiles. Ship Your Reptiles is the original. They're the ones that brought this to the reptile industry. And I might be wrong, but they're the ones that succeeded at it. So a lot of people now are saying loyalty. You got to be loyal to Robin and Redline. You got to be loyal to Robin and Redline, and he's only undercutting Robin to gain business. I love Robin. Do not get this wrong. Robin is an amazing person. He did the same thing. He would call up someone, offer them a better deal than they're getting to get them to use Redline and blah, 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 and continue. It's business. There's nothing wrong with it. It's business. But if you go loyalty, shouldn't Chad Brown get the loyalty to the shipping wars because he was the originator? Or how about Debbie? Debbie, no one talks about Debbie. And it really upsets me because Debbie's customer service is so great. So everyone says Robin's customer service is great, and I guarantee it is, because if you know who Robin is, you ever talk to Robin in real life, he's an amazing person. And we're going to get into why he could have done something to me, but he led me to the right direction, and I'm succeeding now because of Robin's guidance, because of Robin's care. I'm succeeding at something because of him with shipping. So to get to it, I mean, everyone's just like, oh, it's Robin and Morph Market. Well, there's 3 other companies too that are older than Redline and Morph Market. They're older than both of them. So I don't understand that whole loyalty thing. I don't understand the whole, if you're not doing Robin and Redline, you're wrong and all this other good stuff, and you're garbage. And there's that hard line in the sand. I'm going to give you guys my opinion on it as a business. I talk to everyone, and I could walk up to them at any expo and talk to any of them, and we're not going to throw hands. We're going to get along because I like them all, except for Reptile Express because I don't know them. I've never talked to Reptile Express ever. I just haven't done it. I have used Ship Your Reptiles. I have used Reptiles to You, and I have now used Morph Market. And if I didn't know where the labels were getting printed from, or I wasn't the one shipping them, I would know no difference. I just wouldn't. So anyways, the Morph Market is very intelligent for putting shipping involved in their classifieds. I'm going to bring up a site. I know people are going to say, but it's live animals. I understand the live animal aspect of it. I get it. I understand that it's not the same, but it is. Because at the time you're selling that animal, it is a product. It is a product being sold for cash. You are trading that animal for cash. Or, credit, but cash. You're getting a monetary gain from selling that animal and shipping it. eBay does the same thing. I am buying product. I can't make that product. Well, I could make the product. What's up, Frank? How you doing? I could make the product, I guess, but you get what I'm saying. eBay went and did their own payment processing. They used to use PayPal. They did their own payment. Now they do their own payment processing, and it cut down on fraud. But anyways, let's get to the shipping. eBay went and says, we're going to talk to USPS and we're going to get a discount. And they passed it along to the seller. Now, I guarantee what I'm paying for shipping is still a little bit more than they're getting they're having to pay for that label. They're making a profit. Same thing as Robin. Same thing as Morph Market. Same thing as Debbie with Reptiles to You. Same thing with Chad. eBay did the same thing with UPS, FedEx. They went and made an account that allows others to use it, and they pay a certain amount for that label, and you pay a certain amount for that using that service for that label, and they make money. Now, the reason you would want to use that service is their account's larger than what you can do, and you're not going to get that big a discount. So let's say you go to FedEx and you're like, I'm going to ship 100 snakes this year. They're like, oh, we'll give you 30% off labels or 20% off labels. I think it's 30. But if you go use any of the other reptile services, it's 60 or 50. So you're just going to go use them instead of getting your own account because they're cheaper. That's the only reason that you would do that. So the whole thing, or I would ship through this company, I would ship through this company. Stop making hard lines and stand. If you want to support Robin, support Robin. You want to support Debbie, support Debbie. There's nothing wrong with it. But you don't have to put someone down that says, I'm just going to ship through Morph Market because it's cheaper. It's the same service. The label says FedEx. Period. It just says FedEx. There's no way you can butter it up. The only difference is you're going to call whatever company that you ship through, the third party, for information about that package. But ready for this? I never used the third parties when anything went wrong with my packages when I shipped through them. I just called FedEx myself anyway. I just used that service for the discount. So Morph Market doing that actually makes it helps the market. So now I'll give you a story about an animal I won off Morph Market on auction. But anyways, it gives you as a seller more power to offer cheaper shipping on your animals so you can sell the animal. So instead of it being $150 and $100 shipping, it might be $150 and $40 shipping now. It's a big difference from $200 to $260, $250. That's a big difference to someone buying that one snake. It's a big difference. So if you compare Morph Market, Redline, Reptiles to You, Ship Your Reptiles, and Reptile Express, they're all going to be a little bit different. It matters on how much overhead they got, how many employees they got, how much they got to make. None of them are getting rich. I don't think so. And the reason I can say that I don't think any of them are getting rich off the shipping is because Robin helped me out with my feeder company. So I'll give you guys a story. Okay, Robin knows I talked to Darian. But I went to Robin and says, I would like to use Redline shipping for my new feeder company. That's what I told him. I would love to do that. And the reason I was choosing that is I wanted to support Robin. It was it. I love Debbie. I want to support Debbie too, but for this company, I was going to support Robin. The reason I went to Robin is he has so much experience in the shipping world. He ran Ship Your Reptiles. He was the man. He was the guy. So I talked to my business partner, and he was already there. He was already, it's like, we got to talk to Robin. So I reached out to Robin, and I said, hey, can I talk to you at Tinley? And he says, yeah. And he says, but there might be an issue. And there is. So we want to use dry ice. Okay. And FedEx, it's a very tough thing to ship dry ice through FedEx. There might be people that do it, but we want to do it legit. Okay. And so I told Robin, I'm like, yeah, that's it. He goes, there's other ways, but dry ice is the best way. And he turned me on and goes, UPS. I'm like, oh. And he pointed me in the direction to set up my own account and talk to people and get bigger discounts. And all. He helped me. He got nothing for it other than a handshake, a fist bump, and a smile and saying, thank you, brother. That's all he got. So them little things, I understand when people say, I want to support Robin. I love Robin. Robin's an amazing person. But I'm also not going to say it's a bad thing for Morph Market to do what they did. I'm a businessman at the same time. That was the most intelligent thing that he could have done. I think that was more intelligent than adding the credit card payment. Because now he's helping the market. Yes, the credit card payment thing was kind of cool. It kind of helped. It made it be mainstream, but people fought that. I even fought that because I was like, dude, it doesn't take that much. The coding is given to you by Square and blah, blah, blah. And then I started talking to him. Like, we really started talking. I'm like, oh, wow, Morph Market coding is deep. I won't say anything other than that. What deep? And I was like, oh, okay. So that's a little tougher than I thought. So I've talked to Darian personally. I've talked to Robin personally. I've never talked to Debbie about shipping. I just used her stuff and we talked if there's anything needed. But Debbie is one of the kindest souls and most customer focused people you would ever meet. So it's hard for me to go, all my friends have all these shipping companies. Who do I support? So I take my personal preference out of it and I use my head and my business head and say, well, I need to do shipping for my business of First Choice Feeders. I'm going to Robin. He knows shipping. I know how to ship a reptile. I've done it for years upon years. Ever since they allowed shipping, I used to just go right through FedEx. There was no ship your reptiles. It was you go to the FedEx, you pay that price, and you go to the FedEx hub and you deliver it. That's how we used to do it. But to get upset that he's doing the 70% off thing, I mean, or whatever he's at. I'll give you an example. I won an auction this last week from Cyber Serpents, a friend of mine. He had a G stripe up that I wanted. I was like, "Oh, this G stripe is freaking amazing! I'm going to bid on it." And for some reason, I couldn't bid and win it. And I was like, "Oh, that sucks." But then I seen he put up a Het Sunset. I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll bid on that." No one else bid. I won it. I was like, wow. I mean, I stole the thing, and he's my friend. So I was like, well, dude, you're kind of close. I don't want to ship it. And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, we're trying to figure out how to do it. He's one state away. I'm like, well, I don't want to drive to you. It'd be cheaper to ship it if I drive you, it might cost more, And so we're just talking it out. Morph Market shipping, $22. Now it is the next state over. It was the next state over, but $22. What could you do for your customers saying, yeah, guess what? My flat rate shipping is $50. You could keep it at $50, guys. And then when someone's offering, like, oh, the snake's $250, you say, I'll take $225 for it plus shipping. You didn't lose nothing. If you know it's going to be $25, you go right in and my shipping's going to be $25. Oh, I'll just give them $25 off, and you're making what you originally made, or vice versa. Let's say that you're one of the people that charge $75 shipping, and you're shipping it for $40 now because of Morph Market shipping, and you got $35 to play with. Or you could just be that guy that Nick was to me, and just says, "Hey, that's what the shipping is going to be. My flat rate was this, but bud, there it is." I mean, you could do that. So it gives a lot more power to you as a seller, like I am on eBay. So I'll do the same thing on eBay. I sell model kits. I bought someone's model kit collection, whatever. And I was selling these model kits for anywhere from $30 to $200. And I put shipping as $12.99. I could put them in 11 by 8 by 6 box. And I can ship those almost anywhere for $12.99. Because I'm an international shipper too, and I use eBay International. So if someone in France wants it, I just ship it to Illinois, and eBay's shipping handles it. So I can ship it anywhere in the world for $12.99. I'm like, all right, cool. So I put $12.99. Most of my shipments for them were $7. So if someone offered me, it was a $50 item, they said, I want to give you $40 for it. I'm like, oh, okay. The shipping's gonna be $5. You're only getting $5 off. Cool beans. I made some of it back up on shipping because eBay doesn't have that negotiation on shipping unless the seller wants to refund some of the shipping. So, I mean, it was a very intelligent thing for Morph Market to get into the shipping world. Guys, he has a bigger market. He has the bigger market. If everyone in Morph Market shipped through Morph Market shipping, it would be insane. He might be able to go cheaper. And that's what people aren't understanding. I love Robin. I love Debbie. I love Chad. But actually having that many shipping companies and everyone shipping with a little bit of everybody is actually hurting the industry because guess what? If all them people joined in one site, and it's never going to happen. the discount would be insane. How do I know this? I contacted UPS. I'm not doing the reptile UPS stuff. There ain't happening. It's not happening. I contacted UPS for my own company. And, of course, with me shipping them 1 to 2 to 3 packages a week, I'm not getting that big a discount. I'm just not. But when I'm talking to these people, they're like, well, when you start doing, 100 packages a week or, 200, 300 packages a month to 1,000 packages a month or whatever you do, the more you do, that discount gets insanely good. It's like, why don't you just give this to everybody? I mean, it gets insanely good. So me going into UPS and talking to them about this programs that they have. Now, the program I talked to them about was not being a third-party seller. I was just talking to them as a business going to ship stuff myself. So I don't know the background or the tree that needs to be built for a third-party reseller of their labels. I don't know that. But I do know the infrastructure is there because eBay does it and Pirate Ship does it. So these are two very large third-party shipping companies. eBay is a third-party shipping company that gives the discount to people, and they make a little bit of money on top of it. So I don't understand the hard lines. If you want to go with one of them, awesome. I honestly, in my personal opinion, you cannot go wrong with the customer service from Chad Brown, Debbie, and Robin. You can't. I cannot speak for Reptile Express. I've never heard nothing bad about them. I don't know. In Morph Market, they're new. So there's going to be speed bumps. I guarantee that. But they have been fixing the speed bumps pretty quick. If I have to say so myself, everyone complained that there's no phone number. Now they got live chat. I will say this. This is me being me. I hate talking on the phone. If I'm talking to you on the phone, I can't be on the phone fixing the problem. So let's say I have a shipping company and you got a lost package and you want to call me on the phone and you want to, you're upset. So I'm not saying yell at me, but you're like, Gary, the package is made. We got to find it, blah, 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 blah. The longer you keep me on this, the longer that I cannot get on the phone and get on the horn with the FedEx hubs and say, where's this package? And if you guys want to know, it's my daughter. My daughter, when she was, I want to say she was like 3. But that's why I agree there shouldn't be a phone number unless it's a dying need. You get what I'm saying? It's like, okay, something bad happened and now we need to. Missing a package or it being one day late is not a dying need to keep someone on the telephone for a long period of time because they can't get it fixed. So sending an email or a live chat, they can say, yep, I'm on the horn. I'll get back to you in blah, 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 blah. And anyone that's ever dealt with it themselves, they know FedEx can be a pain in the butt. I mean, just like when I had Memphis. Memphis was my Cayman lizard. He got stuck in Memphis. That's how he got his name for like 5 days. I was on the horn and it got shipped through. It might have been Ship Your Reptiles. It might have been. But I was on the horn as the buyer. The person I was buying from was on the horn. And I was on the horn. I had the tracking number. It was coming to me. I could talk to him. So I cut the middleman out. I just called FedEx myself. I'm like, what's going on? They said they lost the package. I'm like, how do you lose this package? And I'm not joking. I thought he was gone. I thought he was dead. And then one day he just showed up. He literally just showed up. I get a call from my FedEx hub because my FedEx hub knows me because I'm there a lot. And they just call me and says, Gary, you got a package here. And I'm like, no, I have one lost like last week. They said, well, it's here. And I went, paid him. He was fine. So people drawing lines and fighting over a shipping company, go with who you want to go with, support who you want to support, but don't get upset because someone's undercutting the person that you like. It's not your job to run that person's business. It's your job to purchase from them. That's how you show your support. You purchase from them and you tell people the greatness that they give you, the great customer service. What services do they give you? You don't need to put down other people. I know there are people like that. It's like, I got to put these people down to make myself feel better. It doesn't need to happen. So if you want to, ship with, Debbie and Reptiles to you, go for it. That's the way to go. That's what you want to do. Morph Market's just a different type of plan to offer you a different route to make money. That's it. So if you can save $10 a shipment and you send, let's say you send 10 packages a month. Let's say you're one of them people send 10. It's $100 a month you can give to your customers and take off your animals if you want, whatever you want to do. That's yours to play with. You could do whatever you want to do. If you want to run a free shipping sale, it's there now. I mean, it's pretty legit. I mean, the discounts are pretty legit. But Robin shouldn't even get upset that Morph Market is lowering his cost. Morph Market isn't dependent on just the shipping money. They got their Morph Market has different tiers of levels of everything to make money. So they don't have all their eggs in shipping. It's not anyone's fault. It's just a business move. It is what it is. I get people mad at me because I'm in feeders now. Well, do better. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I mean, it's some crazy stuff. It's really crazy stuff that people are getting upset about it. And anyone that sits there and goes, "What do you got to say about it? You're not shipping." I was upset at Darian. I went at Darian. I mean, you guys watch Fauna Radio. I went at Darian. I mean, shoot. Before I met him in person, it was a close to a hatred. He cost me thousands of dollars. What's up, Noble? How you doing? But yeah, I mean, Darian cost me thousands of dollars. I mean, it's not a lot to some people, but when you get into thousands of dollars, it hurts. I started Repti Post. I'll get into why Repti Post and Repti Deal are gone right now. I'll get into that. But I started Repti Post, and it was chugging along. We had like 700 members. Chugging along, and with one post, gone. Because he had the market. He had Morph Market. He had the most people. I got mad. But he didn't get mad at me for having Repti Deal. But how should I put it? Walmart isn't scared of the little store that goes down the road. They don't care. They don't even see them. They don't see them. Morph Market doesn't see these other classifieds. They don't see them. They don't care about it. They go do it in another marketplace. Awesome. Good job. It's great. I mean, back in the day, we had kingsnake.com and Fauna Classifieds. Them were two big dogs. And Fauna Classifieds, I would say, ready for this, Fauna Classifieds still got people that go over there, even though it's an ad. Rich, you got to fix that or sell it to me. One or the other, dude. Fauna Classifieds got more classified ads than kingsnake.com. Jeff, you want to sell me kingsnake.com? Give me a holler too, man. I'll buy kingsnake.com. I'm very interested in both sites. I don't think Jeff's going to sell it, and I don't think Rich is going to sell it. Rich has told me personally that as long as it's making ends meet with the site and it's not coming out of his pocket, he's not getting rid of it. He's told me that personally. But anyways, there's allowed to be a market for other things, and people are going nuts. If there's not, then one person breed ball pythons, one person breed boas, one person breed geckos, one person breed this. Only one person have this idea here. Only one person have this idea here. Only one person have podcasts. Only one person have a YouTube channel. Only one. It doesn't make sense. So getting mad at Darian. Darian's a lot of things. I'll tell him that to his face. Darian is a lot of things. He makes some posts that, and if he's listening to this right now, he'd probably say, "Yup." He makes posts that just blow my mind. But at the same time, sitting down with Darian and actually talking and putting let's be honest, my hatred aside for a moment and talking to Darian, I was like, oh, he's just another one of us. He just has this business idea and he's got the power to do it. He's got the money to push it forward, and then talking to Robin in person and him is helping me with my problem with shipping. I had a problem with shipping. I can't use Morph Market shipping. I can't use red for first choice feeders because of the dry ice. Here I am. Robin helped me. He gains nothing other than our friendship. He helped me. He's the only one that helped me too. Just to let everyone know, he's the only one that says, Gary, you might have a problem. And he told me why. So, I mean, that goes a long way with me. I mean, I'm going to let you guys know. You guys think geckos are cutthroat? You guys think that the ball pythons are cutthroat and all these other people? Get into feeder businesses. People don't share information. People don't share nothing. So, I mean, and then they get mad that you're doing it. What I think is really funny is we produce in Wisconsin. All our rodents are Wisconsin produced animals. You know, that's what we pride ourselves on. They're Wisconsin produced animals. We don't order from other people that order from overseas. We know where our rats come from. Our quality, I know I own the company. Me and my business partner own the company. My quality is second to nobody. If a rat even looks off this much, it doesn't get put in for sale. It just doesn't. I don't care if it costs us. I don't care. If it looks a little off, it does not get sold. We don't care. We want the average buyer to say what they're saying to us now. Our compliments and our reviews and people coming to us up at Expo saying, wow, what do you do? We care about the quality. You know, we got two leopard gecko breeders that care about quality. I will say this, there is nobody like leopard gecko breeders that look at quality and just strive for it. Even the people that hate me in the leopard gecko game, even the people that love me in the leopard, we all strive for that quality and we want to put the best out there. We're so proud of it. We're not so much of combining 60 different genes to try to get something. We got an idea in mind. We got a roadmap in mind of what we're looking for and what we're trying to get. And, you know, and the ball python world, I do get some of the people says, I got this in mind. I want to do this. I want to do that. But I still don't see the leopard gecko minded people in the ball python world as much. They're there. There's some there, but some are just buying genes to mix them together. A friend of mine, Garrick DeMeyer builds his stuff up. He buys it and builds it up to what he wants. But ready for this, he is a leopard gecko breeder. I don't know what else to say. He's a leopard gecko breeder. But the shipping wars is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I mean, seriously, that's the only thing I can call it, shipping wars. And I know there's a TV show. But shipping wars, guys, I mean, my buddy Darian now, I mean, we talked about it before it launched. And I don't know if it was him or me. And I said, it's going to rattle some heads. He might have said it might rattle head. I forget, but we're like, yep, it's going to rattle some people. And I had nothing to do with it other than a conversation. And I don't see why it's going to rattle people's heads. If you're selling on Morph Market, take advantage of it. I mean, I think they got insurance up to $5,000 now, and I don't know what other people's insurances are. I don't know, but Robin, if you like that security, I guarantee Robin and Debbie are going to be all over anything that happens. They're all over it. And I'm old school, so Chad's my homie, guys. Even Chad, you need to get me some Chipotle. This is like the third show in a row that I haven't got me Chipotle. We're going to have a little talk. Chad's still bigger than me, though. But that's my dog, too, man. That's my homie. Even though he played for Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, man, I'm going nuts. I'm going to go nuts. He's going to beat me up next time I see him. But anyways, that's what I feel about the shipping wars. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's all FedEx, guys. Every single one's FedEx. I don't care what any of the other podcasts are saying. I don't care what the other people are saying. It's all FedEx. You just choosing what customer service people you want to deal with. So you gotta make a decision. If this one's cheaper than this one, is that one's different in cost, suitable for what you're going to get from them people? If it is, it's amazing. Go with them. So I don't want to make this sound like I'm a Morph Market person. I don't want to say I'm a Redline person. I don't want to say I'm a Reptiles to You person. I don't want to say I'm a Chad Brown and Ship Your Reptiles person. But if we talk loyalty, why isn't everyone with Chad Brown? The youngest one, other than Morph Market, take Morph Market, is Redline. So all these people that, I love Redline. I have a Redline shirt. I don't have I got my USR shirt, one of my USR shirts on, but I have Redline shirts because I want to support and show my support to my friend Robin because he does offer a very, 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 very good service. But I show my support for Morph Market too. I show my support from, I can do that. You don't have to cross that line. If another person wants to use Morph Market, let them. If they want to use Redline, let them. It's their business model. It's their business, not yours. It's their business model, what direction they want to go. How you support your friends is you use their service. And when people ask for the opinion, you do not put down the other company. You tell them the greatness that the company that you use is. That's how you do it. Because you sound like an ass if you're sitting like, I use Redline because Morph Market's this. Or I use Redline because Reptiles to You is this. You sound like a jerk. But if you say, I use Redline because Robin and their team helped me out when I had a problem, and I just really feel that I could trust them with my issues and my concerns, they make me feel better about them. Or whatever else they've done. Like Robin took me to the side and helped me out with my shipping issue. I want to support Robin because of that. That he did such an amazing thing. He just did it. I want to put Redline stuff in my boxes. And I'm not even going to ship with him. I want Redline stuff right in my boxes because he didn't give me money. He didn't give me boxes. He didn't give me cheaper or shipping. I didn't even talk to him about reptile shipping. He just helped me out. And that's the reason I want to support him. And Debbie, I've been with Debbie forever. I had an account on her forever. I've shipped through Debbie. But so yeah, it is what it is. I want to hit on some auction stuff too. I won an auction the other day. I won an auction. I'll tell people. It was a pastel het sunset. And I just wanted something from my buddy Nick. I did. I wanted something from my buddy Nick. But anyways, I won a pastel het sunset and I paid $22 for shipping. So I got a pastel het sunset for $72 shipped. And it's like breedable. Like it's breedable. I give him 2 months and I guarantee he's breedable. But anyways, I know someone's going, it's a male, it's a het sunset, who cares? $72. I mean, seriously. So does the auctions really hurt? Here's my opinion on auctions. Auctions hurt the value if a lot of them happen. How can I put it? Okay, so I sell on eBay a lot. Okay, so I usually do nothing but buy it now. So it's just like Morph Market. I do buy it now. They contact me, we make a deal, and they buy it. Okay, or they just click the buy it now button, and I get my money and I ship it. So let's say I had a widget 1. Okay, let's just say a widget 1. Okay, and the price of that widget 1 is selling all the time for $100. All the time, it says $100, $100, $100, $100. That's just what it is, over and over and over. You're selling it for $100, and someone puts up 4 of them for auction, and they go for $50. Them 4 should not hurt the market at all, because that's 4. They'll be still clicking at $100. There was only 4 of them, but if half the people selling the widgets for $100 says, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put all mine on auction. So half the market is on auction and half the market is on buy it now. The market will flex to the auction price. I've seen it 1,000 times, million times, not a million, but 1,000 times on eBay. So that auction price might start going. It might not, because it was only 4. It might not hit, be at 50, might be 60. So $60, half of them are selling. That will gradually drag down the other to about $60. Buy it nows are always a little bit more expensive than auction price. So if something's going on auction for $50, I could probably get 60 to 65 out of it all the time, all day long. Buy it now. The reason is most people don't want to hang around for a $15 savings and try to win that auction. They want to buy it now and have it before the auction even ends. That's why. But if you're at 20%, 30, 40% more expensive, that makes the people want to go to that auction if there's enough of them. So auctions are a very, very hard thing to keep balanced. And I think Darian knew this going in. That's why he limited auctions. He limited the auctions. He says, hey, guess what? We're not going to allow unlimited unless they buy them. And if they buy them, they're, like, okay, are you going to do better now or do less or whatever? Now, I do agree with Darian. To get bidders, you start your auction out at 99 cents and no reserve. Now, I'll give you this. You're going to lose a lot because morph markets auctions are not stabilized yet. 1 year of auctions is not stabilization. It's going to take 2 to 3 years of solid auctions to really stabilize that side of the site, in my opinion. But on eBay, if I start an auction, okay, let's say widget 1 is going for $50 on auctions all the time, and I start an auction at $50, I'm probably only going to have one person look at it, bid on it, and they're going to win it for $50. Okay. But if you started at 99 cents, I do this all the time when I do auctions, 99 cents, no reserve on the right item, it usually will go more than the $50 because you get 2 or 3 people bidding on it. And then the human nature, I got to win. And it's like, oh, it's at 50. I can go buy it for 50, but I want to win that one. It's only $1 more. Boom. Bid. It's only $1 more. Boom. And before you know it, you got $56, $58, $59. Or let's say it's $1,000 or $500 snake. It's $520, $540, $550. And you're getting that extra, 10% more out of it. It does happen. But people in the reptile world don't know how online auctions work unless they're an eBay seller. And I keep going back to this. The eBay selling is the way to market it and look at how it works. You can go online on eBay and you can find stuff, and video games are probably your best bet. You can look up a title of a video game, try to look one up that's a little valuable, and then look up buy it nows, what they're selling for. You can go on eBay and look at sold listings, sold and completed, and it will tell you what, and you'll see just like it's about the same number every single time. Because we comp it, and that's where they're selling it. We'll do it. Then if you go to auctions, you'll see it's about the same, but then once in a while you have a spike up. Them spike ups are the people that got mad at each other and were bidding. The spike ups are what we like. I've seen $100 items go for $220, $230 on eBay because of 2-3 people going at it. It's video game stuff that usually does really good on eBay and the market that I look at on eBay. Video game people are crazy. But I do feel that the auctions are a very touchy situation. It's a very touchy subject. Some people are blaming the auctions for lowering the value. Not really. It's the people using the auctions, both buyers and sellers, setting a market of auction. There is an auction market and a live or like a buy it now market. There is on everything. Now, how I can explain that is we're also have an auction that came in right after the boom, the COVID boom. So all reptile people were making money. It just happened. The smart people, we looked at it and we're like, this ain't going to sustain and we're not going to breed as much. That's why you're seeing some of the larger breeders go, we're just going to hide away for a little bit and we'll come back when it levels out. But anyways, now that boom, there's so many animals out there that haven't got a home yet. They're throwing them on auction and you're starting to see the biggest one I've seen with overproduction and on auctions is clown ball pythons. I was offered 10 of them for $250 at Tinley, and they're going for like $45 on Morph Market right now. That's insane. There's actually, I think there's a group somewhere that's saying make more clowns $400 again or something like that. But the auctions didn't kill that. The auctions just gave them a way to sell it. What killed the market was everyone getting in thinking they were going to make some money and nothing was selling. I mean, if you look at it, the ball python market, there was what, 40, 50,000 ball pythons listed on, Morph Market at one time. And now the auctions have kind of brought that down a little bit. I mean, the auctions aren't to blame for the market coming down. The market was already coming down before the auctions. The auctions just started showing what stuff would sell for. That's what it is. If you have a $5,000 snake up for 3 years and it doesn't sell, the snake was never worth $5,000. If I got a $1,500 gecko that looks like everyone else's geckos and it doesn't sell, that gecko was never worth $1,500. It didn't sell. I can put a value on it all I want, but the person buying it's going to set the value. So if you're selling geckos at $250 all the time, that's the market for that gecko. You get what I'm saying? And there's a lot of other factors that go into it. But yes, I mean, seriously, the auctions are really touchy. We can really get into it. It'd be easier to bounce off Andrew when he's here. But the auctions are a touchy subject. I don't think we've had the auctions long enough to stabilize it yet. Yeah, we just haven't. So I want to get into what happened to Repti Deal and Repti Post. I still own the sites. The servers were costing me a lot of money, guys. It was costing me a lot of money. Let's just say that. Okay. Not $50, not $100 a month, not $200 a month, a lot of money. Because I set up the infrastructure to actually handle traffic because I prepared for it and it never happened. My stubborn butt hurt my family because I kept it going. So now I can restart it in the future. I could do that. I think I'm still thinking about doing the classifieds and maybe just doing it for free. Who knows? Because I'm not going to compete with Morph Market. There's Find Your Reptiles now. I don't know. I just sold something. Let's see. You guys want to see what I sold on eBay? I just sold. You guys can be with me here. I just sold I just sold a Switch for $29.69. It is a Ethernet switch. I just sold that for $29.99. $29.93. All my stuff ends at 93. So Repti Post meant a lot to me. I spent a lot of time on Repti Post and Repti Deal. I spent a lot of time, but I was putting my family financially in a hole, and I still haven't really dug us out 100% from that. And I did have some strong supporters. There was like 4 to 7 people that were really strong supporters. And I was gone thin because coding the back end, I would get stuck in coding. I would sit down here and code, and I wouldn't be on the front end of it, if that makes sense. I wouldn't be on the front end pushing the posts and pushing the pictures and this. I'd be, what's the next feature? I gotta beat Darian. I gotta beat Darian. That's what I keep telling myself. And what can I add to Repti Deal? And every time I thought of something, something else happened. To give you another example, I had reptisite.com, and you could build your own website. And I just didn't have enough time to make the videos to do the training and blah 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 blah, and it was all on me. And now Husbandry Pro is going to come out with it. The bottom line, guys, is I'm not good enough. I'm just not. I'm not good enough. I'm a one-man team. I don't have a team of 4 people over here to help me code. It was me doing my eBay, doing the geckos at the time, and the first choice feeders and reptarians. And then I come home and I code all day, all night, and try to get it done. And I was spread so thin that I was missing a lot, and I was just dumping money into it. And I know that sounds like I'm being selfish, but I just couldn't sustain it anymore. Repti Post meant a lot to me. I loved it, but I spent more time in the back end. I sometimes I didn't even realize what was going on in the front. And then I just gave up. I just like, nope, I'm good. And then I shut it down. And you don't know how hard it was. I was on the phone with my server company. And I was like, I need to shut down all 5 servers. And they're like, "Do what?" And I'm like, because I've been with them since day one. Because I've had servers with them from day one. I said, I'm going to keep my website. I just want to go to a hosting package. My hosting package cost me $30 a month. And I just have a couple websites up. And they were like, "Is there something we can do?" And they even offered me a free month to stay. And I ran unmanaged servers, so I managed the servers. That's something else. I was stupid. It would have cost me another $300-400 to have them manage the servers too. That's updating them and all that. I just was trying to be cheap because I know how to do it. And I just wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough to stand up to the Darien team, or I wasn't good enough the Husbandry Pro team. I wasn't that good. I'm just a basement coder that thought he could do something. And who knows? I might take a jab at it again. But it was my fault. It was my fault that it failed. I got in over my head because before I hate blaming other people, but before Cold Blooded came out and before I knew about the Husbandry Pro forum, I had drive to do the front end stuff. If you guys notice, after I found out about Husbandry Pro and Cold Blooded, I went to the back end because I was trying to beat them. I was trying to make stuff work, and it just didn't work. And I just indulged myself in Reptarians. That's what I did. Where would Reptarians be right now if I would have took that extra $20,000, $15,000 and just put it in Reptarians? Where would I be right now? Where would my family be? See, that's what I think about, And I mean, I was dumping stuff and dumping money and just, oh, you guys, so stupid. I mean, shoot, you guys want to know how bad it was? Fauna Radio, we kind of went away for a little bit. It wasn't Andrew's fault. It's my fault. I mean, I just got overwhelmed with everything. I sat and paid for the freaking StreamYard for the whole time we weren't doing it. It was $50 a month. I was just paying it away. I don't know. It was like $500 like on. I'm like, oh, I should cancel that. It was funny. But that's why 100%, I'm not going to beat around the bush. It wasn't like, oh, it just came down to a time it wasn't working, and who knows, I might take a stab at it again. Who knows? But I got to do a lot of thinking before I do that. Maybe I need to build a team. Maybe I need to see if someone wants to help me out, or 2-3 people want to help me out, and we go at it. Who knows? But that's where they went. I still own all the domains. But Reptarians Orner Exotics are my main focus for my personal. And the First Choice Feeders being my business partner, that's another one. And then my eBay. To tell you the truth, I wish I wasn't selling on eBay. I'm just good at it. I've ran multi-million-dollar buildings before, and I know how to buy and resell. It's not hard. Anyone can do it. Any one of you guys can do it. You guys can make an extra $3,000 to $5,000 a month if you guys want. It's not hard. But yeah, I mean, Fauna Radio, I wanted to come back. Andrew is game. I just got to learn this program at Streamlabs. So we're going to go ahead and try to figure this out. I can have chairs for admins and all that other stuff, and like hosts. I mean, who knows? Fauna Radio might turn into something where we have 4 or 5 shows a week with different vendors. I've thought about that before because it's called Fauna Radio. It's not really a podcast. I always wanted to do radio. And my buddy that got me into radio, because I don't care what people say. I started Herp Radio 16 years ago. And I got proof of it. It's on Blog Talk Radio. I was one of the first to do it. I was before Bush League Radio. They call it Reptile Radio. I was Herp Radio. I was before them. But I just didn't have a huge following. I had my venomous friends, we talk venomous reptiles a lot. If you guys go there, I can't get them to play though. They're there though. I just can't get them to play. I don't know what's going on. But who knows? I mean, we might figure something out where We have like 2 or 3 shows, going on. I don't know what we're gonna do, but I got a lot more time now. And the rumor is right. I do got ball pythons. I talked about it today. I got ball pythons. A very large collection came my way. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot. So maybe one day we'll talk ball python. We'll bring a ball python breeder in because Gary's taking a crash course on ball pythons the last 4 months. So I take my gecko mind and but I appreciate you guys tuning in for this short time. I know I got some supporters and you guys are amazing. You guys just are amazing people. I know it's better with Andrew on here because we bounce off each other a little bit better. And I got to get used to looking at the camera again instead of looking down like this. I got to look like this, all that good stuff. Frank, I appreciate you. So I promise you guys, I'll figure out the tip thingy. I'll figure out the alert thingy. I'll figure out all that good stuff. I promise you I will. I might do like 10, 15 lives before I get it all down. But this is my happy spot in the reptile hobby is this podcast radio thing. It's my happy spot. So a friend of mine before he passed says it doesn't matter what people like that you're doing. If you like what you're doing, do it because it makes you happy. So I need to do that. So yeah. I appreciate you guys. You guys don't fight over shipping wars. If you like Morph Market, go to Morph Market. You like Redline, go to Redline and Reptiles to You and Reptile Express and go to Ship Your Reptiles. Tell them Gary sent you. Only one I probably don't know who Gary is Reptile Express, but doesn't matter. And Darian, I do love you, homie. I do love you. Just, it's better when you're not posting all that crap. Listen to Brittany. And guys, go support US Arc. I got the cameras all back. Go support US Arc. US Arc is important, and we're gonna go from there. We have a new design for pants for US Arc pants and shirts. The pants, we have someone from US Arc sent us some different pants to test them on. My friend that prints my DTFs, her printer is down and out, and we're waiting for her to get it all around. I don't want to rush her because I love her to death. She's my business partner's mom. And then once we get them DTFs and their quality, then we're going to press them and send them to her, and we'll get them done. So Vanessa, I will get them to you. But our printer is not functioning to be 100%. We are working on that. So guys, I am out. I think this even does an outro. See you guys.
So independent, so they get the message. I've been spitting facts, I'm not a fiction fan. I am the truth, I am the GOAT, I am the proof. You can reach every one of your goals. You can be too drunk, way too high, but it's never too late to have hope. I am the one, I'm gonna preach. You can reach every one of your dreams. You can be up against the whole entire world, and you can beat them if you just believe. They've been saying I'm Illuminati and I'm going to hell. They're desperately searching for any excuse to explain why I've done what they can't do themselves. The only way they can make sense of my famous claim I worship Satan and labels of health. I don't have an advantage, it's natural talent, your ego is damaged.